How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout. We are, in fact, doing a Bitcoin giveaway on this channel. So if you would like a chance to win free Bitcoin, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and, of course, comment down below, including your Bitcoin wallet address, and like this video. And that's about it, because this giveaway is exclusively for the subscribers of this channel. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win. And of course, the winner will be announced on Friday. So be on the lookout out for that, and good luck. So all that being said, today we're talking about Cardano and the potential for an individual to become a millionaire, and essentially what it would take in terms of how much Cardano would you need to be holding to actually become a millionaire. And it's interesting when you take into consideration technologies in the cryptocurrency space. If just a couple of months ago, or even maybe a few years ago, for those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of years, we're certainly aware. We've seen the rise of so many different technologies. I remember back when you could buy a Litecoin for the price of a cheeseburger, and I'm sure there were people who were buying in on Ripple when it was half a penny, and all these different times in cryptocurrency's history, when all these various different technologies would have been, it would have been unthinkable to imagine them coming as far as they have come. But of course, that's the beauty of cryptocurrency. It's a very volatile space, so it is interesting to play these sort of mind games and essentially configure what it would take in terms of Cardano's development, and respectively, when you also have to take into consideration the total market cap as it currently stands at 328 billion. And of course, we would need to see a pretty substantial spike that would correlate across the market. So it would essentially, if people were to be holding enough Cardano, you could already be a millionaire. I mean, you could basically just have enough Cardano, and of course, you could easily do the math there. It's currently at 19 cents, so it would equate over to something like a couple million Cardano equals $1 million, but that's obvious, $1 million US. But we're talking about a substantially, an everyday investor, somebody who's not necessarily seasoned, a cryptocurrency trader, but maybe somebody who's only starting to get their foot in the door, because I suppose it's that idea of the dream investor, somebody who gets involved and sort of buys a ton of this technology, and then all of a sudden we see it going up, and matching the likes of Ethereum at $500. Now that would be a sight. If it went from being 19 cents to being worth $500, there would certainly be some people out there who would be really sour seeing the technology go from that sort of boost, and that's essentially what would be we would see a lot of millionaires being made from Cardano as far as the future goes. But to make a case in respect to Cardano, you definitely have to understand what it is positioning itself to do in the context of all the different cryptocurrencies, because of smart contracts and all the different things that we've seen that have really become interesting variables across the space in totality. Quick history lesson: the introduction of digital currencies started essentially with Bitcoin, and then of course Ethereum with the smart contracts, and sort of the introduction of different ways of calculating and keeping track and bookkeeping, essentially. But if you take into consideration what Cardano is seeking to do and how they're seeking to establish themselves, if the likes of Ethereum isn't very far away if you consider the long term. Now, take into consideration somebody who would be in this for the long term. Because when I involve myself with cryptocurrency, because of course I can only speak from my own perspective, I would say that I'm invested in Cardano until the technology either rides or dies. I'm a believer in the team that's been working on Cardano, and my analysis of it's pretty fundamentally data driven, and I find that it's important to pay attention to what they're seeking to establish themselves as, and how that sort of correlates with the totality of the public consciousness, and how the two are going to develop alongside each other, over time. And if Cardano is successful in what they're aiming to accomplish, the value of basically seeing them overtaking, the top 5 position isn't very far away. So it is interesting to take into consideration the potential. Certainly, you'd have to be willing to have some tough skin, strong hands, whatever you want to call it, for a long period of time, and be willing to really be in it for the rough patches and the ups and the downs. But of course, it would be interesting to see if Cardano will be basically that storybook cryptocurrency that makes people the millionaire, because the people will become millionaires when it comes to cryptocurrency. I mean, make no mistake, there are people who probably become millionaires from it every single day, just because if you take into consideration all the different developments that are set to happen, we really are very early when it comes to cryptocurrency, and seeing these different developments as they're happening, it's very interesting to witness this paradigm shift happening before our eyes. It really is interesting, and I'm very fortunate to be involved with cryptocurrency as early as we are. But of course, we could, for those people who are just getting involved with it, they did definitely miss the boat on a lot of these different technologies, in particular technologies like Ethereum and Ripple and Litecoin, and back in the day when you could pretty much get these technologies for fractions of the cost that they're at today. But of course, perhaps Cardano could be the next one. Perhaps in the future, people will be looking back at this video and be thinking about wishing that they had listened to this content a little bit more. And basically, all I can do is inspire you to go and do your own research when it comes to these things. Because, of course, remember, standard disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. This is basically just for entertainment, educational purposes only. Remember, I'm not your dad. But yeah, the whole purpose of me making this video is just so that I can talk about my opinions regarding Cardano. And ultimately, I would say that my opinions on Cardano are pretty positive when it comes to the development of smart contracts and all the different potential that's in store for this space, and various different developments that are happening along the way. But of course, it's always important to listen to different people's perspectives. So I'm going to be including a link to this video where this fine YouTuber right here goes into interesting detail regarding this topic. So yeah, the link to that video will be in the description. And also, if you guys are interested, I will be including a link to the Twitter down in the description. I know a lot of people have been interested in connecting with us on various different platforms, and I think Twitter is a really good place for us to continue the conversations. And of course, we always welcome comments down below, so let us know what you think about Cardano and so forth. And yeah, it's really interesting to see this community has been developing so quickly. But yeah, overall, I would say that I'm very interested in seeing what's happening with Cardano. Currently, when we see the positions, Cardano in that number 8 position, I would say that there is potential for it to be seeing some significant gains in the future. So I would say definitely do your research when it comes to these things. Obviously, it's just my opinion that I think Cardano has some potential in store for it. And of course, there will be people who become millionaires off of cryptocurrency. It's just a matter of doing your research and coming to your own conclusions. So all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.